Once you get famous, you hardly get any privacy. Your life gets in danger and people are always prying on you. Once you build a mansion, you have to guard it from trespassers. As by making it so appealing, you attract people and not all of them have good intentions. This list is about how the elite class has gone beyond prediction to make their home secure and impossible to enter without their will. Before we get right into it, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a new video, you'll be notified. At number 10 of the most guarded homes on earth, we'll start with the Fairfield Estate. The Hamptons are where the richest of the richest hang out during summer vacation, and with all their cash, they must take some security measures as well. The Fairfield Estate is one of the most secure homes in the area, which is owned by the billionaire IRA Reynard. The estate itself is worth around $2 million, making it one of the most expensive estates. Reynard has spent most of his massive fortune by collecting art. The estate is fronted with a high-tech security gate, and by high-tech, it means that only those who are invited are able to set foot on the grounds, let alone the buildings. It has bulletproof windows and enough security cameras to make the intruders think twice before entering. Reynard is very precautious about security of his 21-bedroom estate, which costs him a lot. At number 9, we will look at the zombie bunker. There hasn't been a zombie apocalypse, yet it looks like some people are pretty well prepared in case it happens. Just in case zombies do decide to take over the world, there's a zombie-proof house known as the zombie bunker, located in London. The entire house is built with solid concrete and movable walls, further backed up with thick iron sheets. Even the windows are backed up with tough concrete sheets. There's a drawbridge system for the entry and exit. It is the only way in or out. If you have to get out, you might have to rehearse it first, which makes it clear that the architects did not risk our safety from any point of view. The building is not an aesthetic one, but who sees beauty when zombies are coming? So in case there are zombies, you know where to head. At number 8, we will look at the Bill Gates home. Bill Gates might seem like a humble, friendly person, but that does not make you sneak into his house whenever you wish. It is also known as one of the most expensive properties in the world since it's owned by a software expert. He has his house surrounded by a grove of trees and plantations, which also gives them privacy from the lurking photographers and paparazzi. Along with this, he has cameras and heat detectors which alert the residentials of any intruder from a mile away. If they have visitors, they have to wear a special pin which helps them to control the heating and electrical equipment around the house. No doubt, he lives of the safest home ever. What do you think? At number 7, we look at the Kardashians. After the well-known hatred for the Kardashians and the incidents of Paris, it is needless to say that Kim Kardashian has boosted up her security wherever she goes. After firing her bodyguard Pascal Davia, she also increased the security around her own house without taking any further risks. The security team manning the area were background checked very intensely, and only the best of them were hired. No one is allowed to enter the property without a pre-approved pat-down by the security. Instead of taking one car, she has dozens of cars standing outside at her disposal, which follow and mix up throughout the journey to make sure nobody follows her footsteps. Multiple motion detectors and hidden cameras also surround the property. At number 6, we will look at the Maximum Security Mansion. The name of this mansion is not quite pretentious as it seems. It is literal. The Maximum Security Mansion is Evergreen, Colorado. It's definitely very heavily protected. As the property spreads over 32 acres, it has a $6 million security system, which almost put all the other houses at shame. The best feature of this house is that anyone with an Apple iPhone can check into it and have a look around by the cameras installed all through the house. The only thing needed is to log in details and the security team consent. The property has an impressive thermal imaging by which any prints being left behind can be checked and recognized within 20 minutes. So beware, if you break and enter into this house, you might not get far. With the super sensors all over the house speaks for itself and let everyone know about anything from the bathroom to the kitchen fire, accidental or intentional. At number 5, we will look at the Kobe family residence. The Kobe family residence, located in the Hollywood Hills of California, are known for their expensive and excessive use of security. The millionaire residents of the property are very much protected by the biometric recognition software and earthquake prevention techniques. Earthquake-proof houses are common throughout the United States. The Corbys have their house built of concrete buried up to 30 feet below ground. In case if nature strikes, the house can also bear man-made disasters such as nuclear and chemical attacks. There is an underground bunker with enough supply of food and drinks to keep the family alive for 6 months. In case of an intruder, they do not need a phone but can call the cops from wherever in the house with a few touch of buttons. The well-stocked panic room has CCTV cameras which can make them see the whole house and control the impressive release of fog to scare off burglars. At number 4, we will look at the Yongsan residence. You might be thinking who would necessarily need security system in a country like North Korea, a country which is the name of fear itself. The Yongsan residence sits in the northern region of North Korea, and in it, the royal family resides. Not only the palace has the advantage of being located in the most lethally secretive country, but also comes with an impressive interior and is said to be the most secure place on earth. The residence is surrounded by an electric fence, armed guard, and a minefield. The walls are protected with iron rods with lead-covered concrete which can withstand a nuclear blast. In case of a disaster and a quick escape, the house is connected to the other royal residence such as Changyung's house, also known as the residence number 26, through the secret underground tunnels. Moreover, even if the intruder makes it through the gates and guards, God knows what kinds of chemical substances await them ahead which get released in the air when alarms go off. At number 3, we look at the Buckingham Palace. At one hand, it's a popular tourist trap London, but at the other, it's the most secure location of the entire kingdom and perhaps the world. A few roads surrounding the palace are closed off each time the visiting hours and police take over the no-go area to make sure everything goes smoothly. Since a guy named Michael Fagan scaled the building to have a good look around, the precautions are more tighter than ever. If you have been there, you might have seen the famous changing of guards. The guards carry a ring around the system to make sure no guards drops eyelids to sleep during shift in the calmness of the night. The system works like guard A ringing guard B ringing guard C, who then rings guard D, and the ringing goes on the whole night, covering the entire property. At number 2, we look at the White House. Do you know that Barack Obama was the most heavily guarded president in the world? And so the White House does not also have every safety feature you could and could not think of. For the starters, the iron fence which surrounds the White House seemingly looks ordinary, but it's capable to hold an inside or outside impact by any car you can think of. The property has the special agents on the grounds at all times, which makes sure only friendly visitors make it through the gates. The food scanning process is quite impressive and is done off-site in order to detonate everything off the premises. The White House also controls the restricted airspace by which helicopters cannot come too close, and even if they do, the house has bulletproof windows, radars, and infrared sensors that can detect any local or unwanted movement miles from outside the premises. How impressive is that? At number 1, we will look at the Ronstadt Fort. Russians are known to do the unpredictable. The whole point of building this fort was to keep unwanted people away from the St. Petersburg in Russia. Also, there's no way you can ever get close to the property. There are nearly 40 forts in the vicinity, and amongst them, the Fort Alexander I is the most secure. There have been futile efforts to take over the fort, but people have given up on spending their time and energy bothering about it because the fort is just too secured. The military installments have 12 meters long piles which dig deep into the ocean and reinforce the top of the property. The whole security doesn't just end here. There are 5,535 of these piles which definitely cannot be knocked over. These piles have more layers which make them further indestructible. The first layer is of sand, and if you get through it, the second concrete, which is then topped by a third layer of granite. Although it is abandoned now, it is not a good idea to make a day trip to this fort either. That's all for today, guys. Among the most secure homes in the world, tell me which one you found fascinating. Bye bye for now.